And welcome back to Freedom.
Hey man, Freedom is my favorite mod of Freedom Planet.
Team Pizza plays Freedom Planet. Go. Okay, we're good. Intro done. That's nice. That cut, print, check the tape. Moving on.
Did you know that Iron Man was inspired by someone prancing around in their own trash can pretending to be immortal? I did not know that.
See, here's the thing. A lot of your tangents are so strange sometimes that I can't tell if you're being facetious or not. Which I guess is the point.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'm gonna regret this. Is it really?
Well, I'm going to just think about this for a minute. And no, it wasn't.
Okay. It's because, well, ideas come from the weirdest places sometimes. I can attest to that. Like, if you've ever heard Grant Kirkhope's story about where Mumbo Jumbo's speech quips came from?
Yeah!
You remember that story about Umi Knackers, right?
Yeah. I love it. No, Iron Man.
Check it out. This is something I love about this game. Every boss has a typical strategy, but then they have a little strategy where you can trick them into destroying themselves, or there's some kind of environmental way. There's always two ways to defeat any particular mini-boss. And a lot of that is by design. I'm pretty sure the going under the vehicle thing is not. Because I watched a speedrun of this game. By the way, speedruns of Freedom Planet are absolutely amazing. That is something else if you ever get a chance to see the playthrough they did for SGDQ this year.
You see, the idea of a speed run for this, I'm just imagining all kinds of fantastic just zipping and zopping and just...
Well, it's all momentum based is the thing. Like, a lot of these, it's all about how to maintain your momentum, keep your speed going no matter where you are. Like, how to go down slopes properly. There's so much you have to memorize in every little part of every stage that it's absolutely nuts. Like, I would never attempt to speedrun this game simply because of how much you have to memorize.
Oh, on a quick side note, Iron Man wasn't Iron Man was actually, they got the idea to make, the idea to make Iron Man was essentially, we want to make a super businessman hero and try to get kid readers on board with the idea of a military power related hero.
Ah, because it was that era, wasn't it?
It was the Cold War, so we're thinking, we need to make an anti-Cold War hero, because, you know, back then propaganda was super strong. Not that it isn't now, but it was really strong back then, so we need someone who really represents capitalism and military power, and get kids on board because, you know, they're not really digging the whole war thing right now.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why. Dad's off in another country and he may never come back. Yay!
My older brother got shipped off to a hellish hellhole.
My mom came home in a box. And there was much rejoicing. Wow, that got really dark very quickly.
We can make it darker.
Please don't.
Out of respect for that time, I won't. However, so they also decided to make... So yeah, coming back to Iron Man, to lighten things up. So it was like, he's a weapons manufacturer, he's providing weapons for the army, he's an industrialist. So, you know, they thought it'd be fun to make a kind of character that nobody would like, none of the readers would like, and shove them down their throats and make them like them.
Huh.
It explains why Tony Stark is so delightfully in your face.
Huh. I was gonna say, isn't that his whole character?
Exactly.
Is that he's a complete and utter unlikable douche in every aspect, but it's his flaws that make him relatable. It's like, he is literally the 1%. Why should we relate to this dude? Why should we feel for him? Because he's an alcoholic. He's flawed like we are.
Exactly. In fact, that you hit the nail on the head. They were like, Yes, making this super awesome ladies' man, this glamorous, rich industrialist. Well, and he's even got a power armor that makes him invulnerable. So let's show how super vulnerable he is on the inside. What a total wreck and just not together he is. Just make him. Let's just literally put out a trash can there. It's indestructible. Yeah, trash cans are indestructible now. Just indestructible on the outside, but on the inside, just utter garbage. And that's why he's such a cool character. It's like, yeah.
Nice.
I know, right? Tony Stark's fantastic.
3 lives off of that. Hopefully I'm not going to need them all. Here we go. This is another stage with fantastic music. And one that's a lot of fun to play.
This is actually my favorite level.
Aren't you getting some very Casino Zone vibes off of this place, too?
Exactly. That's why it's kind of one of my favorite levels. It's got, for one, the gold aesthetic. 2 is that urban aesthetic. I love when you have a platforming character that goes into this urban environment. Because normally you think platforming adventure, going out into the wilderness, the wild, some fantasy area. You never think of bringing it to the city like that.
Yeah.
And the city
Follow
is,
me, set me
set
free.
me free.
Yeah, other than that, you never think of the city.
Exactly. Like, no one's ever gone to
and
the
even
city.
then, you're trying to leave it, so...
Exactly, but here you're going into it. You're exploring it. Look at this dragon thing you just went through.
All the fireworks that are in the background. Like I said, this game looks fantastic. These environments are damn near flawless. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I can't think of a single way they could have improved any of these environments.
The only thing I would say is try to bring the city to life and show people walking through it. And you see that in the background. You see the lights of cars going to and fro. This actually feels like a living, thriving city in which you have arrived.
And it's the little details. I keep saying it again and again. It's all about putting in these little things here and there that people may never notice even on their first playthrough, but they come back and play again. It's like, oh, that's there. I never noticed it before, and they get a deeper appreciation for how much work actually went into making this thing.
I mean, look at these buildings here. Not all the lights are on. That's like an actual apartment. Some people are asleep, some are awake. Again, this feels like an actual city you have entered. And now you are just adventuring on. You are waking people up when they have to go to work at 5 in the morning, Fnu.
But it's in service of saving the world. Surely y'all can make a couple, what's the word I'm looking for? Exceptions in your own life? Sacrifices. Surely y'all can make a couple sacrifices for the chosen one, right?
Though, I could give less of a damn if the world is still there if I don't make that deadline, damn it. It's
a fine line to draw, isn't it? Like, having NPCs that are either too accepting of your bullshit, or have too much bullshit of their own that you have to deal with.
George the Carpenter was late for his weekend job because Sonic kept him up with all of his snowboarding down the incline. Because, it's a metal piece scraping against concrete and that's loud at night.
Yeah. No, I see what you're trying to say. But then you've got those games where the hero will just walk into random people's houses and take all of their things. Just like open this random treasure chest. It's like, hey, that's Grandma's life savings.
Hey, my 401k. Why'd I store it there? Oh, hey, my mother's brooch. I don't know what a brooch is, but it was my mom's. Oh, look at this propaganda poster right here.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a... Well, this world is in a war right now, all things considered, so...
See, more
it's not
detail.
Too out of place.
That's more delightful detail. Like, how many times... look at that. How many times have you entered a city? Well...
That character you actually meet over the course of the story. Of course, we're not playing story mode, because, frankly, the game is just as fun without the cutscenes, in my opinion.
Plus-
And I'm kind of famous for that one video I did where I complained big time about the fact that one cutscene in this game is 12 minutes long. I shit you not.
An entire episode of us would be devoted to those. Yeah, this LP would be, I want to say, years long if we had to sit through those cutscenes.
Yeah, how about no?
Utterly.
How about a big fat cup of hell no?
They just rival Kojima in the length of their cutscenes.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Yeah.
That actually worked a lot better than I thought it would. I don't mean to laugh at myself, but I just thought that was really unintentionally clever.
Hey man, you know, Lilac and Carol are just running through the desert, and Lilac just dragon boosts off as Carol just goes, "Go, let the legend come back to life."
Have you seen my Wildcat shit on command? And on that note, I think we're gonna call this episode. Next time on Team Pizza Plays.
The motorcycle just drops a oily deuce all over the ground.